Welcome back everyone, how are we all doing? We're in the car as you can tell, but it's another fishing day and I am going to bring you along with me for the journey. I've just got to the car park now and I'm waiting for my good Irish friend Oren. That's right, my mate's over from Ireland. He has been on the channel before and yet again he'll hopefully come on today. We'll see how we get on. He's a little bit hard to understand and he swears a lot, but he's a great guy and I got a lot of respect for him. Good angler as well. We're on Anglesey fishing today, and just because it's deep water, bright sunshine, we have got a strong southwesterly wind which will make it a little bit uncomfortable, but that all depends on what part of the mark we decide to fish. The coast where we're fishing, there's a lot of choices. We have got a flooding tide today. I usually tend to fish a lot of it over sort of 2 hours down to low and 2 hours of the flood, but we're right on low water now. It's 11:30 in the morning. I'm meeting Oren, he's coming in for about 12. I've come a bit early because I'm going to have my dinner here, save having it on the rocks. This is brilliant stuff, this, guys. Don't know if you've ever had it, but I really enjoy it. So I'm going to have that for my dinner, wait for Oren. Thought I'd do the intro because, like I say, we've got a strong southwesterly wind. So I'll apologise ahead. I'm not sure what the sound effects is going to be like with the wind, but I'll do my very best as I always do. Then later on this evening we plan to meet Disco Dan. Disco Dan is currently in bed because he was on a night shift last night. So I'll most probably put today all into one video. It might be a bit of a long video, but I thought I'd do the intro now whilst I was alone, whilst I'm in the car, whilst the wind was non-existent. So thanks for tuning in with us, guys. It is early September and we're on Anglesey chasing a bit of everything. Hopefully we'll bring them to screen. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and once again, let's see what we can find on this adventure. Right then, we're down on the mark. I've just chucked a rod out with a scratching hook, 2-hook flapper, size 4s, and I've just had a little rattle on it now with some really manky, very poor ragworm that I was managed to get my hands on, to be fair. It's at the end of its life, and it's not the best, but I'm not sure if you can see that. It's blowing, it's finished, but it'll do. But other baits that I've got today, I've got some fresh frozen mackerel that I've caught myself. I've got some squid, I've got some prawn, but we'll go into that in a bit of detail in a bit. I'm going to bait up my second rig now on a 2-hook loop rig. Hit that at distance, fishing these with really long 2-foot snoods, pop-ups and size 1/0s mustard Viking bait hooks. You can see the little notches, bait holders, and I'm going to put 2 strips of mackerel on that. I'm going to cast it out at distance because this mark does tend to hold pollock at times, and the reason for the pop-up, it'll keep it up in the layers, it'll move and the pollock will hit it just like a small fish going past. Yeah, definitely got something showing a bit of interest on there. I best sort that out, and it just had a good proper pull down just now. I'll leave it for a minute and see if I can get away with baiting up. It did look like a bit of a doggy bite, to be honest with you. It's only on the size 4s on the 2-hook flapper, and I just checked it out with a bit of the ragworm just to see if I could pick up a bite, see if I catch a fish straight off on the first cast. There's no specific target today. We are literally out having a crack, catching a few different species is the plan. See what we can get. Maybe a cuckoo wrasse, maybe a small, maybe a big conger, who knows. But it is bright sunshine. There will be a few doggies, without a doubt. There'll be a few doggies. Having a good rattle on that there now. I am fishing it with a pyramid plain lead, so I wanted it to move about with the tide a little bit. 7-ounce pyramid plain lead, as I didn't want it to pull over Oren that's fishing to my right hand side. I would say that there's a fish comfortably on there, so with that, guys, I'm going to go and sort it out. First bend in the rod of the day. Who let the dogs out? Will the Welshman beat the Irishman today? That's the question. First fish. Round of applause. I'm in the lead. Well, not that you haven't seen one before, but it's a dogfish on the tiny size 4s, hooked right in the scissors. Very well hooked in the scissors. Might have to get pliers to pull that out. There we go. An Anglesey dogfish. I'm off the blank, I'm beating the Irishman, that's all that counts. Let's put this one back. Well, it looks like me and the Irishman are going to go head to head as he's into a fish. His favourite Anglesey fish at that. Yes, you guessed it. You have guessed it. It's another Anglesey dogfish. Well done, Irish! Well, the dogfish is now returned and I've put the clip down loop rig out with 2 small strips of mackerel with the buoyancy buoys just to hold them up, the floating beads or the buoyancy buoys, whatever you prefer to call them, just to hold them up, and hopefully we can attract a pollock. There is a bit of colour in the water, mind, so that might not help, but we'll have a go, we'll see what happens. So these are the size 4s that I'm using. They're the yucky size 4s. On the top one I've got the buoyancy buoy, or the pop-up as we call them. That's on the top one on a long snood. Then on the bottom one, again fishing with a long snood. This is just a 2-hook clip down. I've got nothing, no buoyancy. And on that I was just putting little bits of ragworm. We won't tell him, but I was just putting little bits of the destroyed ragworm, should we say. I won't bring any more dogfish to screen now, guys. Unless obviously I've got a reeling in clip and it's a dogfish, and I'll just leave that in there, but I'm not going to bring dogfish back and forth to the screen. I really appreciate that you're all tuning in, following the channel, and I'm trying to mix it up with different things and different venues, different marks. Hopefully we can bring something within this video of excitement, or even a tip or something that'll help somebody somewhere. The goal is if we can inspire 1 in 10 people to get out there fishing. That's the goal. I'm not saying that I'm achieving it, but I'm trying my very best. The channel's growing nicely, so I really appreciate all your subscribes, your likes, your comments, and everybody that shares it with your friends or over social media platforms. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try not to chin wag too much now, try and get some fish action in there, and we'll have a catch up with my Irish friends. But what we've done, because of the really strong, it might not look it, it's a really gorgeous day, mind, because of the strong southwesterly wind, we've gone on 2 separate points. That just allows, with the bow in the line, the ripping tide, it just gives us a little bit of freedom, but we're close enough to have chin wag at the same time. Travelling them, isn't he? Travelling them. One of the beauties of Anglesey is the dolphins and the porpoise. I'll have a crack for some fresh mackerel in a minute. Sometimes, guys, you can get lazy just sitting on the baits that you've got. Always worth having to go for some fresh bait, because you'll never beat fresh bait. That means I'm still beating you. Owen's just got another doggy there. I've got 2 doggies there. The Rio dolphins, they're being a bit shy, but they'll show now. There you are, look at that. Look at them for beautiful, beautiful animals. Bigger than your normal dolphin. Absolutely gorgeous. They live around this side of the island. Well, I did have the camera rolling, guys, but a nice double shot. A small ballon wrasse and a small pollock. Happy days. Nice double shot of fish. Happy with that. After the 5 doggies that I've had, I'm very happy to catch something different. just on the small size 4s down the side. Let's get that hook out of the fish. Little pollock, absolute beautiful little pollock. Put that one back now. And a tiny little wrasse, nice double shot of fish. Get that, put the pollock in the rock pull there for a minute, but there we are. Nice double shot of fish, happy days. Let's get them back. Right, so far I've had 5 dogfish. Checking baits out a distance, I'm just getting the doggies straight away. So I moved in closer with a tiny little size 4 hooks. And instantly I had a pollock and a wrasse. What I'm going to try and do now, I'm going to put on a bit of peeler crab. I'm whispering because I don't want the Irishman to hear. Onto here. And what I'm going to do, it's only a small peeler, so I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to get my size 4. I'm going to hook it just through one of the leg sockets. Like that. I'm going to bury the hook apart from the business end. And I'm just going to put a little bit of cotton, thin cotton, just around that. Keeping it all nice and neat. Not going to go mad with the cotton. Cut that. And then I'm going to check that back down the side on the 2 hook flapper and see if we can pick up some little minis, just something interesting, and just trying to salvage what was feeling to become a dog fest. Because I don't want to sit here all day reeling in doggies. I was just saying to Oren there now, as soon as it goes dark, the fishing always better than night, but you can always salvage a bit of fishing other than catching doggies after doggies. So I'm going to have a go with this, see if we get maybe a blenny, maybe a big corquin wrasse, maybe a big ballan wrasse, who knows, maybe even a bass. I've had bass around here before, there's no reason I won't get them on these small hooks and small bits of bait. So yeah, I'm going to just flick that down there and see what we can do. Here we are, a couple of casts later, little poor cod, whip, little poor cod, let's get it back as quick as we can. A couple of casts later, happy days, look at that, beautiful little fish, tiny little poor cod, wait, another species, brilliant fun, brilliant fun. The Irishman has gone to a slight spinning rod with a 2 hook flapper, and I've gone to sunbathing. That's right guys, I've come away from my rods for a bit. Look at the bait! Brilliant! Poor cod, isn't it? Is it poor cod? Poor cod, yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Hey, at least you're catching some fish now I've reeled my rods in. Oh, 2 fish! Yeah, a gold cinny and a ballan. A gold cinny and a ballan. Let's have a proper look at the gold cinny.
County Donegal. But they're much bigger and they're red, the ones we catch. But you can catch 2 or 3 of these every cast.
Oh, there's loads of them, aren't there?
They're more common than ballans.
Are they?
They're like dogfish.
You don't get many this way, do you?
I know. Yeah.
I'll let you unhook it, we'll have a proper look at it.
That could be the only one we catch today.
Yeah, they're very rare, not rare, but you're seeing more of them now because more people are fishing for minis and stuff.
Yeah.
Very smart little fish though, isn't he?
He's got big ignorant teeth on him for the size of him.
Yeah, look at that. Wee.
You bastard, you come back.
Stop swearing! I did tell him earlier that he swears a lot.
The 2 spots. And the mouth is always kind of open and the teeth sort of sticking out of it.
Smart, yeah?
Yeah, that's actually a fairly big one for one of them.
Pretty fish, isn't he?
Yeah. But the ones we catch, they're pure red.
Have you had one of them for your species hunt?
Yeah, loads.
Yeah.
I've
Oh, well, yeah.
I've caught about 50 of them this year. Yeah, there's a mark we fish where you just drop your stuff straight down into about 50 feet of water.
Right.
You can catch 3 of these on every drop.
Whee! And then he goes and drops that one. I'll let you put it back or take a picture or whatever you're doing. See how he's just put it in the rock pool for a minute there when he's unhooking them. Always a bit of an advice that really. If you're catching these fish and you're unhooking them, drop one in the rock pool when you sort out the other.
Yep.
Or drop both in a rock pool when you sort out. And look, another thing, don't see many people doing this in the sea fishing world. But he's got a disgorger.
Doesn't always work because it won't always go over the eye of the hook.
He has got a bit of bait in that rock pool as well, so.
Yeah. It won't always go over the eye of the hook.
But it's better to try than not have, isn't it, mate?
It's usually a case of either it's too big to fit in the fish, or too big to fit in the fish's mouth, or it's too small to go over the eye of the hook. Probably do less damage to the fish by just cutting the line. Trying to get the hook out.
It will throw the hook itself, you know. Yeah, so the hook, if you can't get it out, so you see there now he's tried with the disgorger, you can't get it out, and like, hopefully you may have heard him say, you'll cause more damage to the fish by trying to prod the disgorger down its throat than you would by just snipping the line and let the fish will regurgitate. I'm not saying that right, am I? How do you say it? Regurgitate. Something like that. Regurgitate. Yeah, that word will get the hook out itself, or the hook will rot fairly fast. And I've caught fish many a time with hook still in the fish from previous sessions or further anglers. You had that as well, yeah? So yeah, little tip there.
And the other thing is after he went straight back down, I spent another 2 minutes trying to unhook him. He might have just ended up floating around on the surface.
Yeah, so he's gone straight back, innit?
Yeah.
There we are, guys, bit of a mixed day, a few bits and pieces. I'm just shooting the breeze now, sitting down. I'm not putting big baits out there to catch dogfish every 5 seconds because that's just not for me. But yeah, a few clips, a few bits of tips and a few different fish, eh?
Right.
I guess, yeah, the wind. Go on and give us a quick description of your scratching rig, mate.
So it is 11 pound fluorocarbon, which a big wrasse will bite off. And then it's just paternoster loops or paternoster knots, which make the snoots. Size 14 hooks. These beads, or they're not beads, they're like foamy things. You put the hook through them and it's lighting up your line. And then just a loop for the weight, and that's it. So all I really use is 2 hooks, a swivel and a length of line. That's it.
Nice and simple, yeah?
Yeah.
But like you say, you will lose bigger fish by fishing like that.
Yeah, they'll bite you right off. But,
good for scratching though, yeah, and a bit of playing about on a light rod.
You'll catch everything, blennies and gobies and all that sort of stuff.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you. Proper bend in the rod this time. I bet it's tiny again, isn't it? Oh yeah. I tell you what, the way the rod bends, it look bloody massive, doesn't it? Apologies about the footage, but I've come from Irland now. I've chucked the feathers out, as I said I would, and we're into fish. We're into fish. Immediately into fish. The feathers didn't even hit the bottom. And yeah. A shoulder mackerel. The wind, guys, is absolutely horrendous, but yeah, lovely shoulder mackerel, happy days, some fresh baits. We'll put a tope bait out next. How about that, a tope bait next? Right then, I've just put a tope bait out. Now I know the bit of footage where I got the mackerel would have been absolutely wild, so I just went down to my left there, chucked the feathers out. And before I even done anything, the rod was away, I knew I had mackerel on. So I've come back up now, and I apologise, you got a bit of rock in the footage, but I'm trying to shelter the phone out of the wind because it is blowing, you wouldn't believe it or not, like, it's blowing an absolute mad one. I haven't really got a tope bait out as far as I would like to with this wind blowing left to right, but it's out there. We've got a tope bait out. It's been a bit of an interesting day so far. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we're enjoying it. We've had loads of doggies and wrasse and pollock and poor cod, so and mackerel now, so plenty of species. Proper general mixed day here in Anglesey for early September. Bright sunshine, not the best conditions, but bright sunshine. Big strong southwesterly wind, making it a little bit difficult to get the baits out to where we'd like to have them, but we're getting a few fish, and hopefully, as I say, you're enjoying the journey. Right then, I'm home. Wet because it absolutely poured down in the last hour. We went on to catch dogfish and wrasse and pollock and poor cod and bits and pieces like that, but yeah, it was absolutely chucking it down at the last hour there. So, but look at that, you can tell I've caught the sun. Great fun, good catch up with Oran. We decided to cancel it for tonight, just because the rain that come in and the wind. So a nice sort of 5 hours mixed bag, and really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed being there with us. So I am going to finish this video here. I'll have a look. Hopefully I've got enough content from today to put together. I've enjoyed having you guys with us, so I will leave it there for today. We're going to plan for me, Dan and Oran to get out this week together. I've got a bit of a quiet week this week, so we're going to plan to get out together, have a night session and see what we can find. So hopefully we'll catch you in that video really soon. Until then guys, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams. Kettle's on. Now that, a £4 lobster. Gone back.